most of the people that live around here, there's a lot of Spanish, a lot of people that is white, you know. So all the Spanish people just used to going shopping over there. Now they're gonna throw that Whole Foods, kind of mix it up a little. They're gonna have to go somewhere else.
Well, I'm not gonna go there. I mean, I'm just gonna go to another one. Well, I don't know about other people, you know.
Have you ever been in the Whole Foods? What did you think when you first heard that Whole Foods was going to come into your neighborhood?
I don't really like it. I don't think a lot of people are going to go to it because it's going to be really expensive, especially compared to Hilo.
My first reaction was that of surprise, because going from something like Hilo, which I think was successful in this community, to something like Whole Foods, which is a little bit alien in the sense of it's such a large corporation and it's such a large chain. And knowing that Jamaica Plain as a whole has had a history of resisting that kind of stuff. I think with Domino's, D'Angelo's, other things, the highway, so I was a bit surprised, and it did come out of nowhere. And I know that, for example, they had a lot of sort of behind-the-scenes meetings and such. So I think that was the intention of Whole Foods and the owners of Hilo.
Well, the main things that I initially thought about were just the affordability of the food, like the humongous change from Hilo to Whole Foods, and then just like the obvious increase in like traffic, like driving traffic because of that.
My mom, well, she likes to go to Whole Foods once in a while, but to have it in her neighborhood, it's going to create a lot of traffic, and then she knows that she's going to go to it once in a while, but she doesn't want to go to it.
The diversity of the neighborhood is starting to change too. They, it seems like they're pushing out, Hispanics and black people. They like, kind of like segregating in the neighborhood. Just like from Center Street from there, all the way till you get to the circle, the rotary, it's like all Hispanic, but then when you go past the rotary up there, then it starts breaking down. And it's like when you go way up Center Street, that's all you see there, just like all the little boutiques and stuff like that, the high-end stores, it's, that's how it is. It's why, I guess at times, whatever it may be.
Yeah, let's start with this one, and next thing you know, there'll be another and another. Might not be a food, it might be, other businesses. Big guys come in and just take over. And everybody else just close up, and that's the end of that.
The character of the neighborhood has a lot to do with who lives there and how much they invest in their neighborhood. I think having a Whole Foods would injure that character that Jamaica Plain has. And it's a rare thing in Boston. There's not a lot of neighborhoods that are like that. They're very diverse. It'd be nice to see something like this there.
Whole Foods has signed a 25-year lease.
Yeah.
What do you think might happen to this neighborhood in the 25 years that Whole Foods is there, if they move in?
It eventually changed. You know what I'm saying? As far as like blacks and Hispanics, it's pretty much like they're trying to run us out the neighborhood.
Bueno, yo pienso que como Jamaica Plain es una comunidad de muchos hispanos, yo creo que ellos no van a tener esa suerte, porque ellos pueden hacer eso y tal vez mucho más, porque ellos siempre están en sus comunidades, en los suburbios, en las ciudades. Aquí es una comunidad de pobres que apenas ganamos el sueldo mínimo, y no creo que esa situación sea así, tal vez por primera vez para ellos.
Having a Whole Foods, it just doesn't suit Jamaica Plain. And to have such a great community, I've lived here for several years now. It's the only place I've lived in Boston when I moved out here, and to see that sort of eyesore as I walk down the street from my house is a little bit disappointing. Not only that it's there, but what else could happen after that is really concerning to me as well. So.
Do you think the city councilors should speak out on this?
Of course. Of course. That's, we voted for the city council to get up in there to represent us. You know what I'm saying? And if, they ain't going to do nothing, I'm saying, why even vote for them and for them to even take that job? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've talked to my neighbors. I've talked to a lot of friends and acquaintances who live in Jamaica Plain, and as well as people who live outside of Jamaica Plain who are, for example, friends of my roommates. People come over and ask about it. And the general consensus is that they feel, I think, the same way as I do, pretty disappointed. Definitely don't want to see a Whole Foods here. A lot of people inside and outside of Jamaica Plain are pretty concerned about this.
What's your reaction to the neighborhood council statement? Did you hear they made a statement saying that they don't think Whole Foods is a good fit for Hyde Square and they want to explore other uses for the space?
I thought it was pretty spot on. I'm glad they did make the statement. I know that there was some hesitation about the role of some of these groups, community groups and housing groups would play in this, and I'm glad that they were able to say something as definitive as that. I was afraid it might be a little watered down, because even though I do believe people are split on the issue, it's definitely not a 50-50 split, and I think the vast majority of people historically and currently are against not only Whole Foods but chains of that nature. So I'm really glad to hear that they were able to make it make something definitive in one meeting and not really take a whole lot of time to drag their feet with it. So I was happy to hear about it.